Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Injustice 2. Injustice 2 is a fighting video game developed by NetherRealm Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. It is the sequel to 2013's Injustice: Gods Among Us. The game was released in May 2017 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Similar to the previous installment, a companion mobile app was released for iOS and Android devices. The core gameplay remains similar to its predecessor, albeit with minor adjustments to returning game mechanics. Injustice 2 introduces a new feature called the Gear System, a loot-dropping system that rewards players with costume pieces and equipment that can be used to customize characters' appearances and modify their abilities and stats. According to developers, the idea for implementing an RPG-style progression system into a fighting game had existed since before the fall of Midway Games, the original publisher for the Mortal Kombat series. Director Ed Boon also sought to incorporate gameplay mechanics used by multiplayer shooter games, such as personalization, character creation, loot, and leveling up, into the fighting game genre, which led to the development of the Gear System. Injustice 2's storyline centers around Batman and his insurgency's attempt to restore society after the fall of Superman's regime. However, the arrivals of the newly formed supervillain group, the Society, and the alien Brainiac force Batman to consider freeing the imprisoned Superman to help combat the threats. The game received positive reviews from critics, who praised its story, presentation, improved gameplay mechanics, abundance of in-game content, and character customization options, while criticizing its random loot and microtransaction system. Gameplay. Injustice 2 retains numerous gameplay mechanics from Injustice: Gods Among Us, including environment interaction, stage transitions, clashes, and character traits. The trait system, like before, provides a temporary buff or ability that complements each character's playstyle. The super meter, which allows players to execute enhanced special moves and unlock powerful super moves when fully charged, also returns. Players can expend meter to perform new techniques, such as an evasive forward roll, which provides a way to overcome enemy keep-away tactics, or an air recovery, which lets characters escape an opponent's combo early. Most environmental attacks, which were completely unavoidable in the first Injustice game, can now be blocked. However, certain environmental attacks with large amounts of startup, such as throwing a car, will remain unblockable. Injustice 2 introduces a loot-dropping system, known as the Gear System, which offers character-specific costume pieces and equipment with status-altering effects. The Gear System uses RPG-like mechanics to reward players with experience and loot after every match. Every playable fighter is given 4 base stats: strength, defense, health, and ability, the latter of which impacts special attacks. As players collect experience points and subsequently level up, their character's base stats will increase. Players can enhance their base stats even further by equipping gear obtained through loot drops, which also lets players customize the look of their characters. Rarer gear can include 1 or more bonus augmentations, which range from new visual effects for special moves to higher yields of in-game currency or experience points. Players can receive additional bonuses by equipping their characters with all 5 pieces of a single gear set. Gear comes in 3 varieties: equipment, shaders, and abilities. Besides the random loot earned at the end of a fight, all 3 types of gear are available to purchase in loot crates, known as mother boxes, using in-game currency. Each character has 5 equipment slots for donning new costume pieces, which include their head, torso, arms, legs, and an accessory. 2 ability slots for equipping new or modified special attacks, and 1 shader slot for altering their color scheme. The game will also include 5 separate gear loadouts for each character, allowing players to switch between their setups at the beginning of each match. The game also includes a microtransaction system. Players can buy source crystals, using real-world money to purchase cosmetic adjustments for fighters, such as premiere skins and shaders, instead of waiting to obtain them through normal play. Source crystals can also be used to buy transform gear. Transform gear lets players apply the visuals of one piece of gear to another, allowing them to match their preferred stat modifiers with their preferred costume pieces. Lastly, once players have reached level 20 with at least one character, source crystals can be used to level up other characters to their maximum levels. Netherrealm representatives clarified that any purchases made with source crystals are strictly cosmetic and offer no gameplay advantages. In addition to the campaign, online, and arcade modes, Injustice 2 introduces a new multiverse mode, similar to the Living Towers mode from NetherRealm's previous title, Mortal Kombat X. The multiverse allows players to travel through series of parallel worlds within the DC universe and battle against opponents with various handicaps, stipulations, and goals. Online multiplayer will feature the option to disable gear system upgrades and modifications, reducing all base stats to their default levels, turning any equipped gear into purely cosmetic items, and providing more balanced gameplay. For competitive matches, players can also form online guilds with up to 50 other players. Guild members can collaborate to complete daily and weekly cooperative objectives to earn and share gear exclusive to guild gameplay and climb the worldwide leaderboards. Plot: 5 years after Superman's defeat, Batman and his collaborators attempt to piece the world back together. However, a new faction, the Society, composed of villains spearheaded by Gorilla Grodd, emerges and plans for world domination, with several of his allies either victims of or collaborators with Superman's failed regime. Batman is forced to create a new team to combat the Society. He sends Black Canary, Green Arrow, and Harley Quinn to combat them in Gorilla City, where Dr. Fate warns Green Arrow and Black Canary of an incoming threat towards the planet. After defeating Grodd, the two are abducted by Brainiac, the true mastermind behind the Society. Having previously collected and destroyed Kryptons, he had intended to reclaim Superman, but became interested in adding Earth to his collection. After Brainiac takes over Batman's communications hub, Brother-Eyed Batman searches for allies to combat him. Catwoman, Batman's double agent within the Society, frees Harley from Gorilla City. Flash and a reformed Green Lantern reunite before joining Batman, who sends Hal to Atlantis to gain Aquaman's assistance. Aquaman refuses to cooperate at first, but relents after Brainiac attacks Atlantis. Meanwhile, Black Adam, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl plan to free the regime. When they witness Brainiac's forces attacking Earth, they attempt to revive the regime. Desperate to stop Brainiac, Batman releases Superman from custody and forms an alliance with the regime. Cyborg, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn return to the Batcave to free Brother Eye from Brainiac's control and coordinate civilian evacuation efforts. Wonder Woman takes Supergirl to Metropolis and openly challenges Batman's plan. When she comes close to killing Cheetah and Harley Quinn, Supergirl stops her and heads to the Fortress of Solitude to confront Superman on the matter. Learning the truth of her cousin's tyranny, with several of Earth's cities abducted, Brainiac prepares to eradicate the planet. The Alliance attempts to take on Brainiac's ship, but his shields are too strong and he seemingly kills Superman in the process. They concoct a plan to weaken Brainiac's shields by using Aquaman's trident as a conduit for the magic of the Rock of Eternity. Grodd pursues Aquaman and Black Adam with a brainwashed Black Canary, Green Arrow, and Blue Beetle. After Aquaman kills Grodd, the pair successfully weakens Brainiac's shields enough for Batman and Supergirl to break in. The two are captured, but Batman is rescued by Superman. He and Batman defeat a brainwashed Firestorm and Swamp Thing. They are confronted by Dr. Fate, who is turned into Brainiac's servant by the Lords of Order. Fate is defeated, and his helmet is destroyed, removing the Lord's influence. However, he is impaled and killed by Brainiac. After incapacitating Brainiac, Superman takes control of the ship. He manages to restore most of the cities back to their original locations, while Metropolis and Coast City are lost permanently. The heroes are divided over Brainiac's fate. Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Supergirl want to spare him in order to restore the rest of the cities. Superman, Aquaman, Black Adam, and Wonder Woman want to kill him to eliminate his potential threat and use his ship. Batman attacks Superman with a gold, kryptonite-laden dagger, and a battle ensues. Batman and Superman defeat each other's teammates before engaging in a final battle against each other in the Batcave. The final battle has two endings, depending on which side the player chooses. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.